Hi, this is Nate Ulrich, Browns beat writer from the Akron Beacon-Journal, alongside our columnist Marla Ridenour. We're at the Browns training facility here in Berea. It's draft night. It's getting late. It's almost midnight, but Marla and I are sticking around to give you our final thoughts about round one of the NFL draft. The Browns took LSU outside linebacker, defensive end Barkevious Mingo, 6th overall. He'll play outside linebacker in the Browns' 3-4 base defense. He'll go down and play on the line when the Browns transition to a 4-man front and sub packages. Marla, what do you think of the pick?
I wanted a pass rusher all along, so I'm happy with that. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to trust Ray Horton that this is the best fit for the scheme. I said all along I thought this was too high for Mingo. Like I said, I'm trusting the football guys on this one, but I really do. He seemed like a really great guy at the combine. I liked his personality, and he's got some freakish athletic ability. So I do like the pick as far as the position, and we'll meet him tomorrow.
Yeah, it's worth noting 3 offensive tackles were off the board, which the Browns don't need one of those guys anyway. And then Deion Jordan, another pass rushing outside linebacker type, and Ziggy Ansah were off the board when the Browns got to 6. Now, Joe Banner said that the Browns had a trade in place, but they did not execute it because Mingo was their guy. He was there, so they didn't hesitate to turn in the card. And you could tell on TV that their pick was in really, really fast. So that's the guy that they identified. That's the guy they targeted. We'll see if they're right. What I like about him is that he is a freakish athlete and a guy who, when you look at his body and when you look at his speed and all the measurables, you think of a guy who would fit perfectly into one of these 3-4 schemes as an outside linebacker, an Aldon Smith type guy. But on the other hand, he played defensive end in college. He's going to have to make that transition. I know a lot of guys have to. There are some concerns about him dropping into coverage just because we haven't, really seen it a lot. And he's like 240, low 240s, like 240 pounds. So he's probably going to have to bulk up too. Another thing I question is passing on a starting caliber cornerback when you have a huge hole there. I understand it was either pass rusher or cornerback. The Browns, were most likely, and obviously they answered the question with pass rusher tonight. But man, they have a hole at cornerback. Do you think they'll be able to find a starting caliber cornerback? They don't have a 2nd-round pick. They have to wait till round 3.
Well, they could be wheeling and dealing to try to get a 2nd-round pick.
That's true.
I wouldn't rule that out. I mean, it's like they said they couldn't get everything in this draft, but I still think if they've done their homework, they might be able to find one in the 3rd round, especially if it's a big time, big school type guy. So I'm not ruling out that they're going to find one. I don't know if he's going to be starting from day one, but we'll, I'm not giving up on that yet.
But you're okay with them passing on D. Miller from Alabama, who I thought made a lot of sense.
I guess I am, only because when Phil Savage talked about him at the combine, he said he thought it would be a good, perfect fit when he's opposite another top caliber guy, and that kind of scared me. Like, why can't you just put him out there by himself? So I don't know, and I'm sure they might have been concerned about the 5 surgeries he's had. So all in all, I think they'll address some more of those defensive needs later on in the draft.
And as for many of the big storylines surrounding the Browns, we're all about the defense, but there is always the quarterback question in Cleveland, and a lot of national experts had, the draft gurus had Geno Smith going to the Browns. I mean, even today, you heard it all over the place. He fell out of the 1st round. What do you make of that?
Well, it sounds like some of the draft analysts were right about the ones who didn't like him.
The ones who...
From Football Weekly, most notably, but I don't know. Maybe they were worried that that scheme. I don't know. It is surprising to me. I never thought the guy that I love the most, E.J. Manuel, would be the only quarterback picked on the 1st day. So
he was by the Bills, right?
Yes. So
well, anyway, Brandon Weeden escapes another night atop the Browns depth chart. So we'll see how everything plays out the rest of the draft, and come back to Ohio.com and check us out throughout the weekend. Thanks.